So we'll start in a comfortable seat like we usually do. And I read something today that I really liked and that we're going to bring into practice today. This is from Kripalu Yoga, and it's a guide to practice on and off the mat. This particular section is about awareness through alignment. So we'll focus on alignment today and bring in some of those extra hamstring and back stretches. So this little insert here says, when body, breath, and awareness are aligned, a certain kind of magic happens. Distraction falls away, and all of you comes together into a greater whole. The posture not only stretches you in just the right place, it teaches you something about yourself. So we'll bring that into our practice today, really focusing on not just the body and how the body is moving, but also how the breath is moving us, and how our awareness, how our thoughts and our attention is moving us. So let's go ahead and start in that comfortable seat. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes. And it's nice to just start with a big breath in and out. And feel how deeper breaths already enhance your awareness and allow you to feel connected to this moment. And deeper breaths cue our nervous system to relax. And also just bringing in more oxygen to the body is like saying a big yes to the rest of your day, to this moment. Yes, I want to be here. Yes, I am enough. Yes, I deserve this time for myself. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we'll do that breathing technique, double breath with tension. Inhale twice through the nose, hold and tense your muscles at the top. Exhale twice out the mouth, relax. 2 more times. And then normal breath in, normal breath out. And go ahead and open your eyes. I've had a few questions about Ujjayi breath, which is that oceanic breath or victorious breath that we use throughout our asana practice. So I thought I could break it down a little bit easier today for people who didn't really understand how to do it. You can start by breathing in and out of the mouth. And so bring your hand up just right in front of your face and imagine that you're fogging up a window. Okay, so there's a slight constriction in the back of the throat. You can hear yourself breathe in. And then breathe out like you're fogging up a window, warm air. You can feel the breath on your palm. And you can do that a few more times with the mouth open, or try to make that same sensation, same feeling with the mouth closed. Breathing in You can hear the breath and breathe out. Ocean waves coming in, coming out. Using the belly, the ribs, and the throat. And the throat, the ribs, the belly. All right, so let's bring that breath with us. As we move on to our mat, we'll come into tabletop position and start with a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. So like the breath, the body is filling up and emptying out. One more time. And inhale back to a neutral spine. Let's go into a spinal twist. Peel your right arm up. Maybe roll out the wrists. And then exhale, thread your right arm through underneath you. And use the ground to help you twist. You can move your left fingertips back behind your head to lift the elbow and gaze towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release this side. Pull back to center. Inhale, left arm floats up. Roll out the wrists. Exhale, thread the left arm through. Using body, breath, and awareness. Notice all the sensations as you twist. Inhale. And exhale, release the side. We'll plant the fingertips, tuck the toes, lift up for downward facing dog. And then bend one knee and then the other. Focus on stretching the backs of your legs, calves, hamstrings. Pedaling the feet side to side. And you can even let your hips shift a little bit, stretching into your side body. And come back to center, press both heels down at the same time. And take 3 deep breaths. And inhale, lift your heels high. And exhale, lower down for a child's pose, knees wide, toes touching. Send the hips all the way back to the heels. Lower your forehead down. And deep breaths into your low back and hip creases. And we'll do moving cat-cow, gaze forward, inhale, come up. Exhale, scoop and round back. And then this time, stay up in your tabletop position. If you want to bring your knees back under your hips, you can. And we're going to work on some circular motions with our tailbone. So circle the tailbone in one direction. You can feel your hips and shoulders moving. Really nice stretch for the erector spinae, those muscles along the spine. And then switch directions. Nice. Bring your spine back to center. We're going to step the right foot forward for a low lunge, but have kind of bring your toes up a few more inches than you normally would, so a little bit longer low lunge. And on the inhale, you're going to sink the hips forward as you gaze forward. And then exhale, hips back, lift your toes up. So we're going to move in between half split for our hamstring and low lunge for our hips. Inhale back. Exhale forward. If you need to adjust the foot at all to do this, you can. We'll do that one more time. And then finish in your hamstring stretch. Heel down, toes up. And then turn the toes in and out. And you can even move your hips and your shoulders in the direction of the toes. Good. And come back to center. Lift your toes high. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. And we'll slide that right foot back. Step the left foot forward, switch to the other side. So a little bit longer low lunge than what you usually would. Add about 3 inches. So then when you move your hips back, all you have to do is lift the toes, and the heel isn't moving on your mat. It's staying in place. With your body and breath and awareness, allow yourself to be here and now, let go of any distractions, and just notice how your body is showing up for you today. Also, your mental and energetic states. And finish in your hamstring stretch. We'll turn the toes side to side. Bring the toes back to center, lean forward. Nice job. Now this time we're going to come up to standing. So plant that left foot and have your right foot come up to meet it. Feet hip width distance apart. Fold forward. Grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. And come back to center, take a full breath in, full breath out. And then release the arms, curl up to standing. We'll move into a side stretch, a little different today. Bring your right hand onto your outer right hip. And we'll reach the left arm up. And on the exhale, start to stretch over to the right. And start nice and gentle. And with each breath, you can start to use your right hand to encourage the hips to the left as you stretch to the right. And it's nice to give ourselves at least 5 breaths in postures so we can find our edge. And we'll come back to center, left hand on the hip, reach right arm up, exhale over to the left. Each breath, encourage your hips to the right. Inhale. And exhale back to center. And we'll bring both hands onto the back. Little bend into the knees. Let's open the chest for a standing back bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades onto your back to open the chest and the pec muscles. And come back to center and reach both of your arms up for a long full body stretch. Pull the low ribs in, the abs in. Feel all 4 corners of your feet rooting down. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward, hinge at the hips. Grab ankles and fold belly onto thighs. Shake your head out. And inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine here. And press your hands actively into your shins to draw the shoulders back. And then place your fingertips down. We're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. And do that same pulsing sensation with our back knee up this time. So on the inhale, straighten your left leg. Maybe you can lift the toes. Exhale, pulse. But finish with straight legs. So straighten your left knee. Take a deep breath in, look forward as you lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold and relax over that left leg. And then just a few times, lift the back heel and then press it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the spine and reach your left arm up as you turn to the left with your chest. And breathe into your left IT band. Inhale. And exhale, step forward, release. Find a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And curl the spine up. We'll add in a second round of side stretching. So reach your left arm high and stretch over to the right. In the second round, you may feel like your edge is a little deeper. Creating new space, new awareness. Deeper breaths. And release, right arm up. Over to the left side. Nice. And then this time for our standing back bend, lift your arms up overhead and look up and just open through your chest. Keep your spine long. Draw the tailbone down. Try not to hinge in any particular point in the spine. Just lengthening out. Lift your sternum. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward again. Hug onto the ankles. And plant your fingertips. We'll step left foot back. And move those pulses onto the other side. On the inhale, you lift the hips. Lift your right toes, straighten the knee. Exhale, bend. Finish with both legs straight. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Inhale, lift your back heel. Exhale, press it down. The whole time feeling the sensation in your right hamstring. And other places as well. All of our bodies are different. And we have different places where we're more flexible and more strong. Then keep the heel kind of neutral. Lengthen the spine, and we'll reach right arm up for twist. Keep pulling the right hip towards the back of your mat. Go ahead and release the right hand. Step forward, find a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, curl, rise all the way up to standing. Reach the arms. Exhale to heart center. We'll add a flow in here. So inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back for a plank pose. Hold your plank for a few breaths. Get strong through the full body. An option to lower to the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, everything lowers to the belly. Press tops of the feet down. Few rounds of cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. Stretch the abs. Exhale, lower. And you decide where your edge is. If you'd like to go higher, just honor your back and what actually feels good, like an enjoyable challenge. And we'll press back, take a child's pose. Stay here as long as you need. And then move back into downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. And move your big toes together. We'll lift the right leg high for split stretch. Breathing into the left hamstring. Inhale. And exhale, step your right foot through. Come up for warrior one. We'll plant the back heel. And inhale, reach the arms up. And once you're in warrior one, interlace fingertips behind the back. Open the chest, squeeze the shoulders. And let's just stay lifted today. So gaze to the sky as you stay grounded through the feet. Two more breaths. Nice job. Release the arms, reach back up overhead. And then exhale, hands down, top of the mat. Step back for your plank pose. Inhale, roll forward using the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra pose. Exhale, release over the knees. Press back, downward facing dog. Big toes touching. Lift your left leg high this time. And focus on breathing into the right hamstring. So press the right heel down as you lift the left leg up. And exhale, step your left foot through, top of the mat. Plant your back heel. And rise up for warrior one. Next, exhale, interlace fingertips behind the back. Maybe you can bring your opposite pointer finger on top this time. And stay lifted, open the chest, gaze up. Really nice stretch to reverse all that computer posture. Two more breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Step back for your plank. And lower to the belly. Untuck toes. Inhale, lift cobra pose. Exhale, relax. Press back for child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. We'll do a little extra stretching for our spine and our side ribs. Keep your lower half in child's pose. We'll stretch the arms over to the right. And let's bring the left hand on top of the right hand today. And pull the left shoulder down. So your chest and your gaze is square with the mat. Release the side, walk it over to the left. Bring your right hand on top of your left hand. And actively press the right shoulder and armpit down to even the shoulders and enhance the stretch through the right side body. Nice job. One more breath. Bring yourself back to center. Come up to tabletop. Again, a few rounds of cat-cow. Good. Inhale. And exhale. And from there, let's step the right foot forward again. Tuck your back toes under and lift your knee. We're gonna move into a standing split. So fingertips out in front of you. Shift weight into your right foot and start to lift your left leg back behind you. Focus on a long spine, flat back. And you can stay here, or on the exhale, you can fold deeper, allowing your head to relax. And then step your left foot to the back of your mat. Slowly come up for a crescent lunge. You can come up to your front thigh first, and then peel yourself up to standing. Just a few more breaths here. If your back is bothering you, you can bend the back knee and scoop the tailbone a little bit more. And I'll take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to plant the back heel, open up for warrior two. You might need to adjust your feet to a longer stance because we're going to bend into the right knee and then straighten. Hands can be on the hips, or you can reach the arms. Moving with the breath. And finish with straight legs. Hinge forward from the right hip and lower down either above or below the knee. As you reach your left arm to the sky, gaze up. Breathe into your right hip, left side body. And then just a few times, keep your gaze with your fingertips, with your hand. And you're gonna do a big circle following the hands as you circle all the way around for 3. Really nice stretch for the spine and the ribs. 2, also the shoulder, getting that full range of motion. Left fingertips and your abs pull you back up to center. Come back into your warrior two, bend the right knee. Exhale a little deeper. And then inhale, opposite side stretch. Right arm reaches up for reverse warrior. And we'll keep that same theme going. Big circle with the right arm. Follow it with your gaze. 3. Arm circles in front of the face. 2. Such a nice stretch. And 1, reach back up, inhale. And exhale, windmill the arms all the way down. So you're in that low lunge. And then step back for downward facing dog. Press the heels down. And breathe into your hamstrings. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now look about halfway forward on your mat. That's where you'll step your left foot, so it's not all the way to the hands. You want the hands out in front of you, and we'll switch to the other side for standing split. Right leg lifts behind you. You're light in your fingertips, so most of the weight is in that left leg. Breathing into the hamstring. Long spine, option to fold forward, let the head relax. Next, exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. You might need to adjust your front foot to a longer stance. And we'll move up to crescent lunge. Nice and slow, peeling up. Last step is to reach the arms. You can always bend that back knee. And then just breathe here. Notice the stretch and the strength. And then exhale, plant your back heel. Open up for your warrior two. Bend and straighten the front knee. And then we'll straighten the left leg, hinge forward at the left hip. Notice how I'm in an equal line still with my arms. Then lower either above or below the knee, stacking all the bones, the joints, the muscles. Gaze up to the right hand. I also, in that same chapter today, we talked about how the body, sometimes it just feels really nice to sigh, to let out some air, some of your voice. So that's a good thing to think about when we're practicing at home. We can let out a big sigh and not have to worry about it. So we'll do a big circle with this right arm, following the fingertips. Nice big stretch. Because when you think about it, every time we sigh or just let out a big feeling of relief, it helps us release tension in the body and stress. Pull yourself up to standing, sink back into your warrior two, bend the left knee. Now stay strong in your lower body, reach the left arm up, and you'll be able to get a little better view on this side. We'll get 3 big circles. And you can feel the chest and the spine open and curl. Good. Reach the left arm back up. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Step back, downward facing dog. And gaze forward, walk to the top of your mat. Find that halfway lift as you breathe in. And then exhale, give yourself a big hug around the legs. Fold forward. Nice job. Come up to standing. We'll do tree pose. We're just a gentle balancing. So shift weight into your left leg. Right foot can come up to the calf, or you can go to the upper thigh. And balancing postures are a great place to feel that connection between body, breath, and awareness. And they keep us in check, because if we start to think about other things or something distracts us off our mat, we're likely to wobble or fall out of it. So keep yourself here. Nice. Release the side. Pause for a moment. And then switch sides. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out, release. And pause. And I'll have you open up to long side of your mat. Feet, heels in, toes out. And bring hands onto your thighs. Lean forward for a gentle spinal twist. Breathe in. Exhale, right shoulder in, twist. Bring out the spine. Inhale back to center, exhale, switch sides. Good, come back to center. Have your toes face forward, straighten the legs, and fold forward. It's okay if you need a little bend in the knees. You don't want to hyperextend or feel a pull. But at the same time, we are focusing on the hamstrings. So active stretch through the hamstrings and then a passive stretch through the spine. You can keep hands on the ankles, or if you'd like to try something a little different, bring your palms facing down and reach back behind you with straight arms. Let your head hang heavy. 5 more deep breaths. Start to bend the knees. Slowly come up to standing. So pause at the top. Good, and one more stretch here with wide legs. Bring your right hand back to your right hip. Reach the left arm up and over. Let your hips shift to the left as you stretch to the right. And come back up. Left hand on the hip. So you're kind of cupping that greater trochanter. Reach the right arm, stretch to the left, and move your hips to the right. Try to get your bicep up by your ear. And keep your alignment. So if you feel like you're closing yourself off because you're trying too hard, back out of it a little bit and keep your alignment with your chest open, long through both sides of the torso. Come back to center, turn to the top of your mat, and we'll just take a seat from here. Do a couple spinal rolls. So you can either do a half spinal roll, curling back and lifting back up, or if you want to try full spinal roll, use a little momentum from your legs to massage the spine. We'll meet back up in a seat. And then think about your lower back, your sacrum, your hips. Kind of bring your hands back behind you and try to get to that spot where you can just rock side to side. little self-massage. Good. All right, now press yourself back up and we'll straighten the left leg, pull the right leg in, and you can even open yourself out to the right side of your mat a little bit for more space. We'll drop left hand down the left leg, reach right arm up and over. And again, we want to stay open here through the chest. So if you feel yourself starting to collapse, then I want you to lift out of it a little bit more and focus on that length. Good, now we'll fold both arms over the left leg and bow in towards the left knee. Breathe into your right lower back. And slowly come up. We'll switch sides. So open your body out to the left side. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Go down the right ankle, reach left arm up and over. Now feel your body move and pulsate with your breath. Inhale, you give space. Exhale, stretch deeper. Slowly come up. Turn towards the straight leg. You can adjust as needed and fold forward. Stretch the left lower back. And I like to reach for the outside edge of the foot or ankle, calf, wherever you can grab. That outer edge allows you to twist a little deeper through that left side. Nice, slowly come up. All right, so we're gonna roll down to the back. And have the feet flat, the knees bent. Take a moment right here, about 3 breaths to allow yourself to transition. Feel your spine to start to sink in. On your next exhale, press your low back down into your mat for a pelvic tilt. You can even bring one hand to your belly and do that a few times. Inhale, big belly, little arch in the back. Exhale, curl and press down. So neutral spine is somewhere right in between those two, where your abs are engaged, but you have just a little curl in the spine. So I want you to keep that neutral spine and then float your legs up to a tabletop position and just hold here. This is a lot of work. Great for your spine to feel that neutral position and to really work the abs without having to move or even lift the head and shoulders. 5 deep breaths. Your knees should be right over your hip bones. If your knees are closer in, it's not going to be as challenging. So see if you can find that perfect 90-degree angle. Nice job. We'll hug the right knee in, extend the left leg straight. Big squeeze of the right leg. Then extend the right leg up to the ceiling for hamstring stretch. Roll out the ankle, crunch the toes. Then you can stay here with a flexed foot. I want you to be really active through both legs, or you can lift head and shoulders for a deeper stretch. 5 breaths. And release head and shoulders. Take a big breath in. Bend your right knee. Send it over to the left side for a spinal twist. And try your best to keep both shoulders down. Stack the right shoulder or the right hip on top of the left hip. And pull back to center when you're ready. Switch sides, hug the left knee in, extend the right leg straight. And lift the left leg, roll out the ankle, crunch the toes. Option to lift head and shoulders. And lower back down, bend the left knee. Exhale, send it all the way to the right. Spinal twist. If you feel any tight spots, it's nice to give yourself a little self-massage. Help release that tension. Pull yourself back to center. And then pause here. Feel the body recalibrate. And then take any last poses that you may need to get all the wiggles out, the energy out, so you can relax. Maybe happy baby. You can even just do legs up the wall for one last hamstring stretch and leg release. And then once you're ready, you can lay all the way down onto your back. It's nice too if you have an eye pillow or even just like your jacket. If you have something nearby, you can bring something over your eyes for sense withdrawal, closing off the outer disturbances and turning inward with all of your senses. And coming back to our focus or intention for today's class. Notice your body. Notice your breath. And notice your awareness. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. So have your energy flow in this moment. Stay present with how you're feeling right now. And let go of all other disturbances in order to feel the magic of yoga. Really notice how you feel right now. And I can encourage you to stay in Shavasana for a few more minutes if you have the time, or 3 minutes. Don't skip Shavasana, the most important part of your practice. When body, breath, and awareness are aligned, a certain kind of magic happens. Distraction falls away, and all of you comes together into a greater whole. The posture not only stretches you in just the right place, it teaches you something about yourself. Maybe there's something that you learned about yourself today in practice. Take that with you off of your mat and into the rest of your week. It was an honor guiding you today. Namaste.